Winner of this one will play top-seeded Highland tomorrow night. Cadets up 2-0 in the third. Grady Hesson moves the shortstop to his right and uses the speed for the infield single. A couple of pass balls later, he is crossing home to make it 3-0. Fort Frye came out swinging in this one. Skip to bottom four. 2 runners on for Caden Henniger, and he puts one through the right side. Bottom of the order doing work for Fort Frye. A 2 RBI double for Henniger. Then he's going to score on another pass ball. Heads up base running from the Cadets tonight. They lead now 6-0. And how about Grady Hesson on the bump? One of his 14 punch-outs right here. He goes the distance, allowing only 1 walk and 4 hits. And Fort Frye will play Highland tomorrow night for a spot in the Sweet 16.